Magic the Gathering cards on Reddit. So we're going to start off with the Drowsy Tree Dweller. A little cute little guy. For a green. It's a sloth. Those things are really slow. They basically live their whole life in slow motion. A 2/3 with reach. Sure. Those things don't reach very much. When Drowsy Tree Dweller attacks, put a stun counter on it. Okay, now that's flavor. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if Drowsy Tree Dweller is tapped, put a +1/+1 counter on it. It needs its rest. It's very taxing to occasionally leave the trees. Oh, yeah, that's very cute. That's right, Summer Mermaid Star. We got a cute little sloth over here. You know what? The flavor is on point. It's not broken. It's actually not too bad. It's pretty good value for a 2-mana 2/3 with reach. Pretty good on defense and can occasionally get bigger. So, yeah, we're gonna make it pass. It's a big sloth, you think? Sometimes they're big. What can I say? All right, moving on. We got the Zegroos family favorite. It's in the Mardu colors. A 2/2 god with haste. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice Zegroos. Escape for X. Exile X other cards from your graveyard. When Zegroos escapes, return an aura card at random from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to Zegroos. Repeat this process X -1 times. So basically you escape. Okay, so if you escape for like 1 billion, you get to put all the auras on this card. And then the flavor text is, there is no escape whatsoever. The King Ginger is like, I hate that. You hate the art? Well, whatever. The art is the art. This is like a weird card, like whatever. There's a lot of types of cards out there that is like, let's regurgitate all the auras and artifacts or equipment and then attach it to some creature. So I don't see how this is any different from the rest of them. To be your end step sack. So you have to always sack this thing. So you get 1 turn to go big and then it dies and you can keep doing that. So all right, it passes, I guess. Isn't it Zagreus? You're right. It's whatever. The part of this community is you correcting me on everything. It's fun doing that. Everyone gets to enjoy themselves. We don't read the cards. We don't understand what's going on. We can't pronounce anything. Poke with a stick. Okay, we got the Azorius and 1 generic sorcery. Now this is custom Magic cards where the templating is like really, the formatting is really bad. Trigger target creature's triggered ability. Oh, that's interesting. Now that is, yeah, that's right. It is interesting. The flavor is on point. I don't know if this is really a blue or white thing. I imagine this is like a red thing where you poke, or like maybe even it's green. 1 green makes something trigger. After all, a twig or a tree branch. Is it like, where do you think they come from? They come from trees, the forests. So I don't know if this is really part of the color pie, but whatever. I think it's a really cool ability. You force something to trigger. It's like, do you trigger everything? Do you trigger 1 ability? Do you get to target the triggered ability? Trigger target creature's triggered ability. I feel like this could be nasty with correct triggered ability. Of course it would. So it's like, I guess it's like ephemerate, except you don't exile the creature. The creature is still on the battlefield. So you don't. It's actually like a safer ephemerate, if anything, because ephemerate is broken. You get like, you know, 2 pokes with a stick, and you can protect your creature from removal. Poke with a stick does, like, you could target a creature, and in response, your opponent just blows up the creature, right? So way more fair. So it's actually a fixed ephemerate now that I think of it. We already have poke with a stick. It's ephemerate, effectively. Now that I think about it. Staring nervously at Protein Hulk. Okay, we're gonna poke that thing with a stick. Yeah, it needs some restrict. I think the restriction, yeah, the restriction is it doesn't blink the thing. Wilford Brimley with the super chat. The sloth was mine. Laugh my ass off. Can you do old booze bag? Absolutely. Remember, if you super chat here on the show live, we go look it up. But you have to give me the name of the. You have to be at our custom magic on Reddit. And you have to give me the name of your thing. Okay, so we have old booze bag. And there we got inebriated. What is this called? Oh, go back, go forward. Okay, inebriated summoner. So got a lot of liquor probably in that little flask of theirs. So a green-red for a 2/2 human wizard. Flip a coin. Sorry, gruel tap, flip a coin. If it's heads, create a 3/3 red and green beast creature token with trample. If it's tails, create a 0/1 blob creature token with defender. No, no, no. Wait. Watch. Hold on. Wait. I'm gonna do it. No, I'm fine. I promise. Not enough image of whiskey in this picture. I don't get it. If it's tails, create a 0. So basically, okay, so maybe it's going to be something good, but maybe it's bad. This is a total pass. Neither side is broken as far as I'm concerned. Half the time you get a 3/3 red-green beast creature token with trample. I hate that you pronounce it protein. Oh, is it not protein? It's protein? Whatever. My stupidity is your gain. Alright, approaching calamity. South Park, Uncards, Part 18. Oh, God. South Park, Uncards, 18. You've been doing this for a while. You have quite the Holy crap! You've been doing this for a very long time, approaching calamity. Alright, Cartman Land. Legendary Snowland. Cartman Land enters the battlefield tapped. Hold on, I'm a little distracted by land. Cartman Land, it says keep out. So that, like, what, no one can be there? Sorry, I haven't watched South Park in, like, more than 25 years. I was there in the earlier seasons. But honestly, South Park wasn't my thing at the time. They had their moments. You cannot play lands. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent creates a 0/1 colorless citizen snow creature. Okay, and then tap, add mana equal to the number of citizen creatures controlled by opponents of any one color. Each opponent. So basically, okay, so people keep getting all the citizens are away. So so you don't have the citizens. Everyone else has the citizens, and then you can add mana equal to all those citizens. That's interesting. All right then. So Ken says Carmen buys a theme park and refuses to let anyone in, but him doing that makes people want to go. Yeah, it's so exclusive. An exclusive park only for Cartman. Batman! Okay, sorry, I don't... Maybe I could have done a better Cartman impersonation. Yo, little Ted! Thank you very much for the super chat. Oh, by the way, Cartman Land gets a pass. Thumbs up for Cartman Land. Yo, little Ted! Pandemonium. Isn't that like a real card? Is it this one? 5 months ago. This was 10 months ago, 2 years ago. I'm assuming it's this one, Pandemonium. I don't get it, yo little is it this? Whatever, I'm going with it. Yeah, like that's a real card name. So you're automatically gonna get a fail for using a name that's already a card, but whatever. Harness Pandemonium. Red 3 generic sorcery with overload for 9 mana! Exile the top 5 cards of target player's library. For each creature card exiled this way, create a 1/1 red elemental creature token with haste. For each land card, add red for each non-creature, non-land card, draw a card. So on for each exile top 5 cards for each creature, we get a 1/1 elemental with haste. For each land card, we add red mana, and for each non-creature, we draw a card. Oh, that's not bad. All right, I like that. No, Pandemonium. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, okay, whatever. So some random person got a free card. Oh, we don't see it. Oh, you put a link somewhere else? Oh, you're really jamming me up here. All right, we got... Oh, it's Panda. It's Pandemonium. Oh, it's cute. I'm not... You know what? I don't even have to read. I'm already going to give it a pass. All right, we got a white 3 generic... Pandemonium enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature enters play, that creature's controller puts X 2/2 white and black bear creature tokens into play where X is that creature's power. You get the pandas. So you don't deal damage. You get pandas instead. Look at the pandemonium it is here. Yeah, Arcasomatic. Okay, we got it. Okay, I didn't know I had to read that so carefully. Yeah, it's pandemonium, not pandemonium. All right, that's a sweet card. I like it. I'm going to give it another pass. It's very cute. I love it. Approaching Calamity again with a super chat. Speaking of booze, perhaps my worst idea yet. I agree, and I haven't seen it yet. Perhaps my worst idea yet. Which is Randy Marsh, Everdrunk. All right, 0 mana for a 1/1. That's a very cheap human. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought this was America. I remember. That's a great line. Oh, man, that's a great line. Legendary creature human, as an additional cost to cast Randy Marsh, Everdrunk, take 2 shots. Randy Marsh, Everdrunk attacks each turn if able. Oh, where's my, whenever Randy Marsh, Everdrunk attacks, take a shot. So basically, all you do is take shots. It attacks each turn if able, and you only just get more drunk, as the title says. Busted. Oh my god, yes. Randy Marsh is my favorite character of all television. Like, yeah, he picks fights everywhere. I'm sorry, I thought this was America. Should be the flavor text in this card. As the Americans be. Put shot counters on it. Well, you have to take... Yeah, put a shot counter on it, and at the end of turn, you have to take a shot for every shot counter that's on Randy Marsh. Would the strat be to not block so your opponent gets wasted? Yes. Oh, I guess so. Yeah, like, you just take the 1. At some point, your opponent will be doing some really stupid things. Oh, anyway, okay, well, technically, this isn't a real card, so, because taking shots isn't a mechanic in Magic the Gathering. Yeah, donate this, your opponent gets drunk. Maybe they want to, though. You never know. Some people claim they play better under the influence. Really, they're just better at drinking. All right, we got the Shocker. A trio of shocking meme cards. Oh, that's just great. Okay, red, the Shocker, instant. Shocker deals 2 damage to any target and 1 damage to any other target. That's insane! That's actually like super fire and ice. Oh, man, would that see play, though? I don't know. It's like a better fire and ice, but the whole point of fire and ice is that you get to ice something down. That is a good card, though. So it's basically 2 mana. No, this would see play. This would definitely be a burn card because you could... Oh, no, it has to be any other targets. You can't... So you cannot target the opponent twice, is the point. You have to target only once. You have to target your opponent for 2 and then maybe 1 creature for 1 damage. Great flavor, except the pinky. I actually don't get what's going on here. So, I mean, I don't know. Am I out of the know? I'm like a boomer now. I just don't get any of the memes. I don't get memes anymore. But whatever. So, definitely a passing card. I think it's a cool card. I think that's cool design that Wizards should explore. Yeah, elves are in shambles. Gonna kill them all. Kill all the elves. Even the 2 toughness ones. All right, we got some super chats. Now we got Gabrielle. Thank you very much for the super chat. Judgment of Anubis. Judgment of... Anubis. The Anubis! Which is a... Let's shrink this up a bit. A white 4 generic legendary sorcery. If an opponent controls a permanent that was cast from a graveyard or was returned from the graveyard to the battlefield, this spell costs 4 less to cast. Hold on, let me read that. If an opponent controls a permanent that was cast from a graveyard or was returned from the graveyard to the battlefield. So like any time. So like basically if your opponent reanimated something at any point of the game, this card cost 4 less to cast. That is a bit weird. Like we don't have abilities like that. It's a bit strange in my opinion. All right, so if an opponent can, so choose 1, exile target permanent. I'm assuming the reanimated creature. And return target permanent from your graveyard to the battlefield. Or return target permanent from your graveyard to the battlefield. I don't like this. I don't like this thing. If an opponent controls a permanent that was cast from a graveyard, if it said this turn, I would be 100% for it. But you have to like constantly remember and check for that. I don't know. That's a bit weird. Yeah. Odd until end of turn, then it would be fair. I mean, it's honestly, it's probably fair as it is. It's not broken, but it's just poor. It's like poor templating. It's a poor wording. I don't think anyone would do that, but I don't think they would design cards like that you have to track a card that was reanimated like a long time ago. Hard to track stuff. You can have an effect that's in response to reanimating, but if you have to remember how a creature entered the battlefield 5 turns ago, it's weird. Or even 20 turns ago. It's like, hey, how are you paying that for 1 white mana? Well, you reanimated that creature a long time ago. And like, you maybe they didn't. Maybe they reanimated it, it died, and then you just recast it. You brought it back from the graveyard to your hand, you recast it fairly, but you don't remember. Anyway, oh, Burner Paper Sun, thank you very much. Hello. Good morning to you. Okay, we got Broman with the killing wall, apparently. Beware. I don't see it. There's no killing wall here. Is this one of those things where it's hard to find? Killing wall. Killing wall. I'm not spelling anything wrong. Ah, damn it. If it's really recent, sometimes it doesn't show up in the search results. So how do I sort by... I don't know. Killing wall. I can't find it. New. Sort by new. This is an actual card in here? Hold on. Me no find it. I don't find it. Try putting in parentheses. It usually doesn't change anything. But let's try. No, this was posted a year ago. Is it? Oh, it's milling. Yeah. It wasn't my fault. Milling wall. All right. Not killing wall. There we go. From Broman. Hey, you gotta be careful. Please double check. You know, I misspell things all the time. So you gotta double check your spelling. Was it? You guys did say, yeah, you did say killing wall. It was your fault. All right, we got the milling wall. A black 1 generic 0/4 wall. When you cast this spell, mill 3 cards. Does as it says, and you get to unearth for 0. Return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Exile at the beginning of the next end step, or if it would leave the battlefield. Interesting. Okay, so it's a wall that mills a bunch. All right, for all the mill players out there, you got yourself a little bit of protection and you got a little bit of milling for 2 mana. So I hope you enjoy yourselves. Yeah, it's a wall without defense. Yeah. Oh, you can attack with this. Hey, some walls get to attack. When walls attack, you never know. All right, we got Yo Little Ted. Thank you very much for the super chat. Master of Puppets. Spelled right on the first shot. Aw, you're forcing me out of MTG custom cards. Why can't you post it there? All right, we got black, blue, Demir for an Aberrant Enchanter. It's a 2/2 with Flash, Hexproof, and Persist. That's a lot of words, but it's a 2/2 creature. When Master of Puppets enters the battlefield, you control target player's entire combat step until end of turn. Mind over matter for Demir 3 generic. Until end of turn, you control target opponent's combat step and activated abilities of all creatures they control. This sounds broken. This is actually super broken. There's no way in hell you can print this card. This Master of... This card's insane! What do you guys think? No, I don't think Unearth trigger... Oh, no. Sorry. Oh, Unearth doesn't cause the mill to trigger? Hold on. Let's go back a second. Oh, I mistake. Yeah, this is the classic case of Nikachu not reading the cards. When you cast the spell, mill 3 cards. Well, then what's the point of the damn thing? I think it would be very fair, like, even if it enters the battlefield. Or did you want, like, a mill spell that's uncounterable? This is the weirdest two abilities. Yeah, it's like Emrakul for 4 mana. Okay, back to Master of Puppets. This thing is stupid broken! Like, it's stupid broken. It has Flash for crying out loud. Oh, surprise! And it has Hexproof and Persist. So it dies, it comes back with like with a +1/+1. Like, if it dies somehow, so you're gonna like block something, it gets even bigger. Anyway, yeah, it danger big time. This is a massive danger card. Anyway, yeah, definitely disqualified. All right, back to Reddit. Back to our milling wall. Yeah, danger hard. You can't control a step though. Well, you know what? I think it was worded fine. It's like you can control some people's searches sometimes. All right, Approaching Calamity is back with stuff. Last one today, promise. South Park Uncards Part 3. Did I miss the apostrophe? I'm sure it's here. Part 4, there we go. I got it. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Tannerman Chili. So we got a black and a snow. Instant, destroy target creature or planeswalker. As an additional cost to cast, give its controller a bowl of chili. Alternate food may be given if chili isn't practical. I don't understand the snow part. Was the snow like, was the chili cold or something? Because I don't understand the lore here. You guys seem to enjoy this one, but I don't get it at all. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. And I guess it was so bad it killed people. What is this in his hand? Is that a finger? Yeah, why would Snow give chili? I guess we had to see the episode to know about it. Oh, it's chili. It's chili. Air quotes. Chili served cold. Yeah, don't eat that. I swear this is somebody's finger over here. Nah, because it's South Park. LOL, South Park always has snow. Oh, I get it. Okay. So it's like, it's a snow plane. Yeah, it's perpetually winter over there. He ate his mom and dad. Disgusting. Cartman made that kid eat his parents. Oh my god! What the hell? Judge, does this bushy grape count as food? Alright, well, destroy target creature or planeswalker. The card is a bit broken, to be honest. 2 mana, destroy any creature or planeswalker. But you know what? I think it's a good card, but by today's standards, it's not. Like, it's a strictly better Hero's Downfall, and frankly, Hero's Downfall doesn't even see play, so I think we could print this card. I think it's about time we have like a hard black 2 mana destroy a creature or planeswalker card. I don't know if the food has anything to do with it. If anything, shouldn't this be like give your opponent a food token or something? That might be like a good... I don't know if that makes it fair, but that sounds fine. You know, kill their creature, make food out of it. Here, I killed your creature. Now go eat it. That's how it is. Mr. and Mrs. Well, alright. Alright, next on the Super Chat train, because we have a lot of them. Alright, we got Spectral Maniac. Thank you very much for the Super Chat. Ruby, the Simple Soul. Another RWBY card. I have no idea what that means. Ruby the Simple Soul, a red 2 generic for a 3/2 human warrior with a very big, what do I call this, a scythe? Haste. Ruby the Simple Soul can't be blocked this turn for a red. And then for white 4 generic, exile target black creature. This ability costs 4 less to activate if a creature died under your control this turn. You have Silver Eyes, Professor Ozpin. I cannot relate to this. I have no idea what's going on here. RWBY is a show. I'm getting it's a show. Never seen the show. RWBY is the show Ruby is from. Well, I mean, it's fair. I don't see anything wrong with it, so it gets a pass. But is it a flavor win? For all of you in the comments section after the show, let me know if this is a flavor win. Does it win on flavor? This also should be snow? Oh yeah, that's true. Look at all the snow in the background. Maybe a bit of a flavor fit. I'd be back. All right, next, what we got here? What's the next super chat? We've got Gabrielle. Thank you very much for your super chat. Merlin Magus of Flowers. Merlin. Oh, great image. 10 out of 10 on that one. All right, blue, 2 generic for a 2/3 Wizard Illusion. It's actually an illusion, so it's not real. Your opponents play with their hand revealed. Blue XX, Merlin, Magus of Flowers, and X other target permanents or players gain hexproof until end of turn. Is this an illusion or is this an illusionist? In my opinion. Psycho Sigma, video watcher here, first time catching live. Welcome, Psycho Sigma. It's stream interrupted for 15 seconds. People in chat, no, he's dead. No, I'm back here. I'm just curious, is this supposed to be an illusion itself or an illusionist? Because those are two separate creature types, I think. It's telepathy on a body. Yeah, I think that's sweet, actually. Who said that? It's telepathy with a body. I'm waiting for him to make some card like that. I think that card would be awesome. We should have creatures. We should have a creature. We should have peak on a body, basically. Or like, you know, or telepathy on a body. So yeah, seems like an illusionist in my opinion. So I mean the cards, I think the card's fair. On blue XX, an X other target permanents or players get hex or players until end of turn. You know what? I think this is fair. I think this is a very strong card because of course you get to see exactly what your opponent has. Oh, you have all that removal. Well, I'll just keep up mana to be able to protect myself against it. But I think it's a really cool card. I like this card. It would help if you're still learning the game, but if you play daily, it's just rude. Telepathy on a body, as in like in the card Mind Flare. Was that an actual card? Okay, Mind Flare. What's going on here? When Mind Flare enters the battlefield, gain control of target creatures for as long as you control Mind Flare. No, that's not telepathy. It's not telepathy at all. No, that's not what we're talking about. All right, we're back to the main. Whoa. Back to the main page. Hold on, let's go back up. Where was I? I was here. All right, we're looking at Llanowar Symbiote. What is this, a Spider-Man card? Llanowar Symbiote for a green 1/1 Elf Fungus Warrior. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a spore counter on Llanowar Symbiote. Tap, remove a spore counter from Llanowar Symbiote. Untap target basic lands. Your mana ramp. Remove 3 spore counters from Llanowar Symbiote. Create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. Ah, so you stack. That is a neat card. I think that is really cool. Music's gone. Well, we'd be back. Hold on. Whoops! Oh, it's a good thing the music's gone because my my music is screwed up. That's so weird that the music's gone. Okay, the music's back. Thank you for letting me know. All right, so, yeah, music got ephemerated. All right, Llanowar Symbiote. I think this is a really neat card because it's mana ramp, but in the late game, if you don't need the mana ramp, you get a random 1/1 green sapling creature token. And frankly, I don't even think this is that busted. I think this is an incredibly fair card. You get, like, it's a slightly better mana dork. So in the late game, I guess you get some random 1/1 creature. Who cares? I think that's totally fair. Totally fair and fine. All right, we're going to look at more custom Magic the Gathering cards, especially the ones you guys proposed. But we got to first thank our sponsors, FusionGamingOnline.com. To pre-order, you know, your Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth, or, you know, get your March of the Machine cards, Commander Masters, Also, there's the deal of the week every single week, and this week it is 20% off all unset singles and sealed products. So if you like those, if you like City of you know what, or actually there's some cool fetch lands. I forgot, they got the alternate art shock lands, not fetch lands, shock lands in the set, like Hallowed Fountain, Sacred Foundry, you know, and the rest of them. You get 20% off this week at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu, though, for 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. Be prepared for your next Pioneer event by playtesting every deck possible in Pioneer, or Modern, or Legacy, or even Vintage. You always wanted to play Vintage? Well, you're not gonna buy those Black Lotuses in paper, so go rent them online, because they're first off, they're a lot cheaper online, and you can rent anything online with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_FHD. Because you all love supporting the channel, don't you? Don't you, people? Keep the music going. All right. And now we've got, though without the remove 3 counters to create a sapling, that is. Yeah, I think it's very fair. I'm fairly certain we got something very similar to Llanowar Symbiote in Phyrexia All Will Be One. It was like tap to put an oil counter on it, tap and remove an oil counter to add mana. No, but if you have to tap to put an oil counter on it, then that's not good. This is like every turn you're getting that spore counter, and every turn you have access to mana. Basically at any point in the game. Except for maybe your upkeep, because the trigger will be on the stack. But basically, like, every single time you put a counter on, like, if every turn you get a counter. So you don't tap. It's like, it's basically a mana dork, right? Unless you can't put counters on your cards. Fire! With a fire suggestion. Azen Master Summoner. Azen. We've got Azen Master Summoner for red, blue, green, 2 generic for a 5/4 Jhin. When you cast a creature spell, you may pay X. If you do, that creature enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Totally fair. 4 mana. Until end of turn, counters on permanents you control are shield counters. Oh, that is unique. So basically, you can convert +1/+1 counters into shield counters, which is like if... Isn't it like if the creature would take lethal damage or something, you remove the shield counter and it lives? It's almost like, what's it called? Like regeneration? Still behind, Judgment of Anubis is also a Yu-Gi-Oh card? Oh, I didn't know. Because I don't know what shield... I think that's what it is. Or like if you target it with something, you break the shield. No, yeah. I think if you target with anything, it's like a temporary hexproof. I don't know. You guys have to tell me. I don't play with shield counters. There are no shield counter or no playable shield counter cards in the competitive formats. So it's any damage. If it would be damaged or destroyed, remove a shield counter. So it's regeneration. It's regeneration counters. Are shield counters instead of their previous counter type, or are shield counters in addition to the previous counter type? Counters on permanents you control are shield counters. I think it becomes shield counters. I think they replace. So it's in a set. It would shrink the creature. The creature would go from like a 10/10 to a 2/2 if it had a bunch of +1/+1 counters on it. Prevents 1 instance of damage or destroy. If it were take damage or is destroyed, remove your shield counter. Thank you so much, guys. Pass. Super cool card too. Very unique. Very creative, to be honest. Dark Side of the Moon with the super chat. Dark Side of the Moon. Oh, sorry. Your little Ted with the super chat of Dark Side of the Moon. I think this is a name that's been used a million times. Okay, maybe not. And again, you're making me leave. Stop making me leave. Okay, Dark Side of the Moon. We got for white-black. What? Orzhov. Legendary enchantment. When it's your turn, all mana sources you control produce an extra black. Okay. And then when it's not your turn, all mana sources you control produce mana of any color. Aha! That's very flavorful. The prism. So it's the dark side of the moon produces only black. But I guess the bright side of the moon, where there's light through the prism, you get to play any color. All right, that's a sweet card. And I don't think it's broken either. So basically, on your turn, you got like double the mana. Whatever. I think that's totally fair. Is there a dark side of the blood moon yet? No, not yet. Thank God. As if we need a more souped up blood moon. Oh, so what happens with sagas? Oh, you mean with oh, I guess you remove the what, the chapter counters for that other card? Until end of turn, counters on permanents you control or shield tag. Well, it's only until end of turn, and then they just become. It's like a saga can have no counters on it. The problem is if the saga has too many counters on it. That's the problem. So that it would be fine. It'd just be weird, I guess. All right, next super chat will be Gabrielle. Thank you so much for the super chat. Abigail, key to the gate. I'm all messed up here. Key to the gate. Gotta give a shout out to everybody watching the show and also watching the replay. Making the show as good as it always has been. All right, so Abigail, key to the gate. Black, black, white, white. And I gotta say, we gotta have more anime images on these magic cards. I think they fit so well. 1/4, human avatar. Discard a card. Abigail gains either indestructible or hexproof until end of turn. That's broken. Now the card, okay, I have to read what else this card does, but that's a really strong ability. You get either or. Basically, nothing is killing Abigail. Activate only once each turn. So cards you own have Madness with a cost of Orzhov and X, where X is equal to their mana value. Oh, okay, so basically, everything has Madness if you discard it, but the Madness cost is literally what it costs. So one extra. So how would you benefit off of this? Or I guess instead of discarding the card you put on the battlefield. Yeah, I get it. Whenever you play a card from exile, each opponent either discards a card or loses 3 life. You know what? This is not really broken. These abilities, these second abilities sort of suck. I don't see how they're OP. So I understand how you can make the front end of this OP. Everything has flash now. Seems really good. I'd love it as a commander. Yeah, it anime. The best show, says Balder. Thank you so much. Anyway, so we're gonna let this one pass. Very bizarre card. Nicholas says a danger. Well, if you guys think a danger, you let us all know. I think it's a pass though. All right, next on the main sub, we got Ihsan, Power Crept Shade, a black 2 generic for a 5/5 Shade Knight with first strike and trample and ward 2. Is that it? So 4 mana, 5/5, first strike, trample, ward 2. You want a big beefy creature? You got it. You got a big beefy creature. Well, what's the flavor text? Ihsan the Frail, Ihsan the Overcosted, Ihsan the Non-Evasive. He has brought shame to the French vanilla beat sticks where none existed before. May his drop in price equal his betrayal. Barris Sarah Inquisitor. That's like breaking the fourth wall big time there. Okay. When they said like, brought shame, may his drop in price. When magic cards are self-aware that they are magic cards and they are on the secondary market. Very original flavor text, in my opinion. Abigail is the discard outlet, so it's pretty strong. Okay, cool. Spawning in the Deep. Blue 1 generic enchantment. When spawning in the deep enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 blue and black abyssal creature token. Tap 2 abyssal creatures you control. Return spawning in the deep to its owner's hand. Activate only if a player milled a card this turn and only once each turn. This card looks like garbage. You get one, so okay, it enters the battlefield, you get one of these tokens. So where are you even going to get the second one? You have to get another spawning in the deep and onto the battlefield, or you have to duplicate this thing. And then you can only return spawning in the deep back to your hand if you got your opponent to mill a card this turn. And you can only do it once. It's a jellyfish. It is a jellyfish. Garbage, but I love the art. Yeah, it's a pretty cool art. Okay, you want... yeah. 2 mana for a 1/1 with some very situational, I don't know, combo potential. A combo of getting another 1/1 in play. This is like a strictly worse... What is this? The staff card that just came out? It feels like just a strictly worse staff card. Where's the staff? It was a white card. Oh, there you go. Staff of Storyteller. Like, we already have this card. It's a white 1 generic. Or I guess you don't return it to your hand. Enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. But if you make any token, you get to put a counter on this thing. You pay a white tap, remove a counter from Staff of Storyteller, and draw a card. This feels like just strictly worse. Strictly worse version of this. It should be a common, not an uncommon, I know. Yeah, we can try. Well, okay, we're judging if it can be a magic card, so it's fair. So it's gonna pass. All right, we got Spectral Maniac, Salm of the Inevitable Wall. Of the inevitable. Oh, sorry, fall. Salem. Oh, what do we got here? Big loyalty and big mana cost. Red, black, black, blue, 3 generic for a 6 loyalty Salem. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 2/2 black Grim creature token with your choice of menace, flying, or fear. +2, draw a card. Then each opponent discards a card. Each player loses 1 life. Then each opponent... Well, that's broken, but like it is set. We got to be lenient on this thing because it's 7 mana. That's a lot of mana. Okay, then minus... Oh, sorry, yeah. Each opponent discards a card and each player loses 1 life. -3, gain control of target artifact. If it's legendary, put 2 loyalty counters on Salem, the Inevitable Fall. What? And then -10, gain control of all black creatures, then destroy all creatures you don't control. Take an extra turn after this one. Is this broken or is this fair? It's 7 mana, though. I gotta be really... Like, there's a lot of broken cards at 7 mana. Pedgeman like the boba. Or the booba. Why is it that you read mana cost backwards? Never seen anyone else do that. Because I don't like starting off with the generic mana cost, and I don't want to start in the middle, so I go from right to left. For anyone that wants to know. It kinda danger, but maybe it's cyber. That passive is it danger. Too much going on. It kinda danger. Alright, well, we don't know if it danger for sure, so we'll let it pass. I'll give it a pass. Alright, Fire, thank you so much for the super chats. I really appreciate it. One more, since I love it when you rate my cards. Uli of the Bloomsland. I do it for all of you guys. Uli of the Bloomsland. And I'm super happy I can do it in exchange for super chats. Alright, Uli. You got the Art of Dryad Arbor on you. Alright, blue, white, green, 3 generic, 2/2 Dryad. As long as Uli of the Bloomsland is on the battlefield, it's a forest land in addition to its other types. Alright, so you basically, it's like ramp too. Vigilance. Landfall. Whenever another non-token land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 green forest Dryad land creature token. I swear you could probably make this a lot cheaper. I would not be surprised. Or is it broken at 3 mana? It's super fair at 6. Like, there's no way this thing is broken. This is so I mean, like, unless I'm missing something. So basically, play fetch land, get a forest, crack it, get another forest. Or maybe it's really broken with fetch lands. Why does it specifically specify non-token land? In what world do we have token lands? I don't know. This weird says we can go down to 4 mana. I never really got why the mana cost is listed like that. I mean, to me, it would make more sense to put the generic cost at the far right. Yeah, I get it. I get it too. Dennis. Token lands. Do Wizards of the Coast ever make token lands? But maybe you can make tokens of permanence. So probably. This card literally makes token lands do. Yeah, it is due. The creatures are land, so it would go infinite with itself. Hold on, the creatures are land, so... Oh yeah, does it? Whenever another non-token land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 green forest dryad land creature token. Oh, no, it doesn't go infinite, because it has to be another non-token. It has to be, but these are tokens. Like, that's the whole point. Yeah, it makes tokens, it lands itself. And, so that makes it fair, so it doesn't go infinite. Fire did their homework. Fire knew exactly what was going on here. All right, that's a cool card. That is mana ramp to the extreme. Goes from 0 to 100 really quickly. Maybe 6 mana is fair. I don't know. Maybe this card... I mean, imagine playing this on turn 2, and then you just start playing, all right, fetch land, make my Dryad, crack fetch land, get another Dryad. I mean, that's 3 mana per fetch land. It's pretty wild. Although they do have Summoning Sickness, because they are 1/1 creatures. So you do have to wait a turn. Really interesting, unique card. Gabrielle, thank you very much for the super chat. Dio something. Dio Scurry. Pollux. Caster included. It's like I want to say there's like 2 types of like custom Magic the Gathering players. Ones that make flavorful anime versions of like TV shows, and then people who are making Magic cards. All right, we got a white-red 3 generic Dio Scurry Pollux, a 3/3 demigod. Indestructible in prowess. When Dio Scurry Pollux enters the battlefield, create a Dio Scurry Caster, a legendary 3/3 black creature token with prowess. When Dio Scurry Caster leaves the battlefield, return Dio Scurry Pollux to your hand. Okay, so if the caster dies, you get to have the Pollux back. We are the light that comes after the storm. Fair. Super fair. Not broken whatsoever. Another winner. Dennis loves this. Dennis says, ship it immediately. Wait, you missed the super chat from Yo Little Ted, super chatting again. Hold on. Oh, okay, I'll get back to Yo Little Ted. Thank you very much. The problem is I don't get notifications for the $2 super chats, so I have to keep like really close eye on the chat, which sometimes they slip through the cracks. Rift in Time is my favorite, though. It's meant to cost to be 3 blue and a black. Danger wouldn't want to see this against me. Why? How? Okay, so it has I don't know if the prowess is really that dangerous. It is indestructible, but you can still exile it. When Dio Scurry Caster leaves the battlefield, return Dio Scurry Pollux to your hand. And like you have to bounce it back to your hand. I don't get it. It come back up. Top down versus bottom up design is what you mean. Alrighty. Anyway, I think it's fair. I don't see anything wrong with this. Yo, Little Ted, thank you very much for the 1,000,000,000 super chats. All right, Elemental Plane of Air. Elemental Plane of Air. People got to get them. You contribute a lot, Yo Little Ted. You're a grinder on this forum. Am I famous on this forum? Does anyone know who I am? I have no idea. Okay, we got Elemental Plane of Air. It's a plane. Or sorry, it's a legendary land being a plane. Isn't a plane like supposed to be a universe? That's the way I understand planes. Like it's well, whatever. All creatures you control gain air superiority. Whatever the hell that means. Creatures with air superiority gain flying and can only be blocked by creatures with flying. Oh, so like reach isn't good enough. That finally, the card that beats reach cards. And then Air Strike, Azorius. All creatures with air superiority gain +1/+0 until end of turn. So great mana sink. And all controllers of creatures without flying must pay an Azorius, sorry, white and blue, at the start of each of their upkeeps or exile that creature. Well, that's worded very badly. It should just be creatures your opponents control have to pay an upkeep of white and a blue or exile that creature. Like in Plane Chase? It does defeat Moat. How do planes work? I don't know. It's a very weird card. Text gets a cut a little bit at the end. Yeah, it does. It is failing forever. Or sorry, no, it is falling forever. There we go. That's the flavor text. It's slightly cut off. Okay, now how do we feel about this card? It's a legendary, so it's a land. You just put this on the battlefield. Hold on, so this is just broken. Creatures with air, all creatures you control gain air superiority. Okay, so hon, I just realized this is a land you put on the battlefield, and that's it. And then basically all your creatures are unblockable with upside. There's so many decks that would want to, like aggro decks might want to play this just as a means of just getting in damage and then killing your opponent. Yeah, and then it's a land. What the hell? This costs no. Yeah, it's a land. It's danger. This is the most dangerous card we've seen all day. I don't know. I just realized this at the very end. It's not even spiky. I mean, this is just broken as hell. Yeah, I want all my creatures to have double flying. Double flying, and your opponents have to pay an upkeep cost that they can't pay because they have to pay a white and a blue, which if they're not a white or blue deck, they're screwed, which most decks playing like white. If you're playing white or blue, you're playing control, which means you don't have creatures and you don't even care about this. Anyway, this is a wild card submitted. Anyway, it's super ultra broken. All right, back. Do we have any more super chats? I don't think so. All right, we're back. Back to the main. Arumansa, Sparkly Sprite. It's a red, blue, green, 1 generic for a 2/2 fairy. It's for the fairy community out there. Wait a minute, let me fix this up. Okay, it's a 2/2 fairy, flying. Whenever you activate a loyalty ability, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. I think that's okay. I mean, I want to say there's a card already out there like that. Whenever something triggers, trigger it twice. Fairies really love being around magic. Most of them love being there when new things appear. Naturally, unknown forms of magic from other planes become thrilling attractions. Brandon, you're like, nope, what, you don't like this one? The Magic Historian, are you real? Oh, he covers all history. Where is this guy? I can't find him in chat now. Disappeared. Spike players tend to play broken cards as broken as possible, hence spiky. Yeah, I get it. But the card is like banned on site. It's banned before R&D even releases it. In response to the last one. I think it's fine. Yeah, this is it Fae. Alright, it Fae for the Fae people. Alright, Trick Room. Blue, blue, white, 3 generic for an enchantment. Non-instant spells have split second. What? Oh, okay, so you could play sorcery and then nothing is allowed to be played on the stack. As long as these spells are on the stack, players can't cast spells or activate abilities that aren't mana abilities. Did you think you would outspeed me? Oh, that's a banger flavor text. That is a pass right there. And it's a unique effect, actually. Wizards should print something like this. If anything, I don't think this is too expensive. You can make it cheaper. It probably could be 4 mana. Maybe it could even be 3 mana. Blue, blue, white. I don't think that would be broken if this is the only ability that it would have. And it's non-instant, so like they're cutting off like the broken cards. Yeah, it seems like a more fair 3 fairy. And it's worse. I mean, 3 fairy does like a bunch of other crap. That's actually a really good analogy. So this could be 3 mana. This could absolutely, and it doesn't deprive your opponents of playing instants anyway. Yeah, 6 mana super, do nothing, super fair. We passing on it. Yeah, we already have 3 fairy, which is more dangerous than that. Monk Dojo. Okay, we're red, 1 generic for an enchantment. Creatures you control have prowess. It's also very fair. Moving on. I think it's fair. I think it's more dangerous for the creature already have prowess on it. Uh-oh. It's a Traxa, Praetor's Nemesis. Red, 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 red for a 4/4 Phyrexian Angel Horror. Flying First Strike, Menace, and Haste. That's a lot of stuff on it. At the beginning of your end step, remove a counter from each permanent and player. Oh, that's very, very neat. All right, now let's evaluate this. Now, it's quadruple red. Not easy to cast in, like, any deck, so don't expect to be ramping this out with Soul Ring. Flying, First Strike, Menace, Haste. I love it. Enraged at Elish Norn's attempts at domination, this Atraxa went on a rampage through the spheres of New Phyrexia. With, yeah, anti-proliferate. I think this is really cool, and it's a little, like, I don't even think it's that pushed. I think at 4 mana, at quadruple red, you might as well have something that's broken. Or, like, have this many abilities on it. At the beginning of your end step, remove a counter from each permanent and player. We need anti-proliferate out there. Can't let them proliferate players take over the game. The flavor analog we need. Yeah, exactly. Atraxa doesn't have red in her cost, so this is a flavor win. Toads is like me likey. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know where you play this thing. It's not like a burn player wants this, but so I think it's a really cool pass. And honestly, I would like to see more pushed cards, like, heavy on the mana cost. Like green always does. Green has tons of great cards, triple green, quadruple green, but we don't see enough of that in red, blue, black, or white. Or maybe we see a little bit in white, but not enough. The Ancient Whale. 7 mana. Blue, blue, 5 generic for a 7/7 whale with Island Walk. Yes! And then Ward. Tap an untapped historic creature you control. So it basically has hexproof. So long as unless your opponent has, like, a legendary creature. If you remain with the skill to catch it. Oh, then that's great. So, like, they made it hard to kill. Because if so, basically, you need to have your commander out to kill this thing. Otherwise, you ain't touching it. This is broken. Oh, you mean the Atraxa is broken with Sagas? At the beginning of your end step, remove a counter from each permanent and each player. I don't know if it's broke. You just perpetually have, like, one chapter of a saga. It would just never go beyond the first or second or wherever you sit. So I think it's fine. Yeah, it be whale. Oh, and well, it's also anti-infect. You guys are making a lot of great comments about this Atraxa card. Yeah, this is fine. I mean, assuming you're alive. It's only 1 poison counter at a time. Go big brain mode and say that life total is a counter. Yeah, Atraxa broken with the sagas. They never end. Okay, I don't know what to say about this card. I'm giving it a pass. We have other cards to look at before the time is done. Elspeth, Angel of Fervor. White, green, 3 generic for a 6/6 Angel God. Vigilance. Creatures you control have Exert. Wow. Does anyone remember what Exert is? Do you remember even where Exert comes from? It's a weird ability. Okay, whenever you exert a creature, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying and vigilance. So you make more copies of yourself. It's a super fair card. Oh, and it has vigilance, so you can attack and then exert it on the same turn. So you actually, okay, that's actually, I'm not gonna say it's broken, but it's good synergy. It's good synergy. Gigas, Distruder says, well, you can play Atraxa at the right moment to keep a saga going. Yes, you absolutely can do that. That Atraxa and the new Urabasque make 3 treasures each turn. You guys are really excited about this Atraxa. A lot of a buzz on this card. Exert is from Amonkhet. All right, some of you people know. Congrats to Toads, first person to give the answer. Okay. Okay, now we're talking about the Elspeth. Okay, this is 5 mana, make 10 power. Yeah, so what? If there's 3 opponents on the battlefield, big deal. This is a pretty awesome use of Exert, since the creatures that don't untap due to Exert don't need to be left as blockers, since the Exert trigger itself makes blockers. True story. I would like that on my Boros token deck. Oh yeah, you're gonna make some more tokens. This is a pass. I think it's a cool card. Frontier Beast Tracker. All right, we got a green 1/2 human ranger. Whenever a non-human creature with no abilities enters the battlefield under your control, put a counter on it of a kind chosen at random from among Death Touch, Hexproof, Reach, and Trample. At the beginning of your upkeep, Frontier Beast Tracker explores. So I think the idea is if you make tokens, which are non-humans, they won't have any, like, you're not going to fill your deck with vanilla creatures, but if you have a token generator, this can give it, like, random Death Touch, Hexproof, Reach, and Trample. So, all right. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, Frontier Beast Tracker explores. So you can go look for lands or give counters to itself. Anyway, it's a weird card, but I guess it's fine. Did anyone read that as Frontier Beast Tracker explodes? Kaboom! Random abilities suck. I hate Crystalline Giant for a reason. No token. Counters. Whenever a non-human creature with no abilities... No, I mean... the only way a non-human creature with no abilities enters the battlefield is if it's from a token generator. Like, you're not going to fill your deck with, like, vanilla creatures, right? Yeah, like, well... Okay, you could build a deck full of vanilla creatures, but it would be pointless. It'd be a pretty crappy deck, too. Kind of broken with elves. But most elves aren't vanilla, right? Or I guess, I mean, okay, hold on. There are actually a lot of elf token generators, though, so you're right. Okay, the correct phrasing of exert is you may exert this creature as timing if you do effect. So yeah, what Calamity said. Exert is a cost, not an ability. It just needs a rewording, like whenever a creature you control attacks, you may exert it if you do create. Ah, okay. Got you guys. All right, you heard the music. That's it for today. Hope you had a lot of fun. We always have fun looking at the custom Magic the Gathering cards. And if you want to be here with us, you got to be here. Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thank you very much for all the support. People who are here supporting with Super Chats to see your cards. And also anyone who's a member of the channel or a patron on Patreon. But most importantly, got to thank the people showing up this morning. Like Spectral and Anna, Toad Summer, Tinsky, Cute Spider, P, Mitch Floors, Dennis, The Zveers, Termus, King Ginger, Carl, Jabe, PLDL, Summer, Steam Rat, Kalen, Balder. Because without you guys, hey, I'd have no show. So as usual, keep brewing up them coffees, and we will keep brewing up the magic, my coffee crew. So take care, and I will see you at the next cup.